Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Crizzle cast. This episode was a little more chaotic than the previous episode. We had a few more people. We had Joe Java again. This time we were joined by Karenfin, Zesty, and Nibs. You could check out Nibs at lostboy_nibs at twitch.tv. We just wanted to just had a regular discussion about video games, and things went off the rails. But we had a great time. So keep it tuned and enjoy.
Cool. So if we divide by 2, split the radius, and then if I show my math,
If you split the radius, then you end up with just an asshole.
Indeed. How we start things.
exactly.
Started with an asshole.
Starting with assholes.
Ending with.
Speaking of assholes,
I'm just
Hello.
looking at the stream. I just love how, we have 4 different squares. That makes sense. And then Joe came in last like an asshole. And we had to put one right in the middle of 2 others.
Well, I had you initially up here.
No, I deserve
But
this.
I was like, that's we'll just put it down here. Look.
No,
Figure it out.
No, I deserve this.
But
this
hello.
is your life.
Hello
This is
and
my
welcome
life.
to the Crizzle cast, episode 2.
Um,
What the hell are we doing?
Electric Boogaloo.
It's a good question because we still didn't know. For the last 18 minutes, we didn't know.
It's
What?
beginning to look a lot. What?
Did you just start?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
none of us are ready.
No.
We'll never
No
be
one's
ready.
ever been ready.
What's this? Us?
No,
The-
me?
The rest of us don't have to be ready.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Sky.
Fucking we? What? You talking about the Nintendo console?
Ye. Maybe I am.
Are we
Oh,
talking
well.
about Kanye?
So, it was actually, speaking of gaming preferences, Nintendo, my first system, and my brand loyalty for a very, very long time.
No brand has my loyalty.
That did change. That did change. Can anybody guess what changed my brand loyalty?
Let
Again,
me,
going
let me
back
think.
to
Let me think here. Karen Finn. Was it Dark Souls?
No, actually, no. I mean, this is much, much earlier than Dark Souls. We're going way back.
Oh, okay.
So
Always Nintendo and
I
brand
basically
loyalty.
I'd always purchased Nintendo, and at some point I switched over to Sony for a very specific reason. And it has to do with one of my gaming preferences.
Was it Final Fantasy?
Yep.
Uh,
So I was always a Nintendo fan, and Final Fantasy 4 and 6 were on the Super Nintendo. But
7.
I eventually 7 came out, and yeah.
Yo, Sony
Sense.
does what Nintendo can't.
Oh.
So when I was really young, my game preferences were actually sporting games. I was into sport games. I was actually into sports for the most part. Like I played stuff like baseball and a little bit of soccer, and so all of the games I played were sports related. I kicked ass at FIFA. I was a monster in FIFA. So I would crush my cousin's friends. My cousin was like 15, 16 when I was like maybe 12. So even a little bit younger than that. But when we were playing FIFA, I would just destroy them, and it would frustrate the shit out of them that this like 11, 12-year-old was screaming the crap out of them in the in FIFA soccer.
FIFA is the only sports game that I could never figure out a way that worked for me to play it. I was never good at FIFA. I could play Madden, NBA 2K, and MLB The Show with the best of them. But yeah, FIFA's could not figure that one out. That one and any NHL game too. Like the mechanics just never worked for me.
That's fair. I don't know what it was, why I was so like adept at it, but I always did pretty well.
I don't play any of them anymore, pretty much, because the only other person I know who plays them is my older brother Mike, and he just fucking destroys me at all of it. I'm like, you know what? How about no?
How about no?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
I would say that for me it was like sport. So originally, of course, I had Nintendo, so I was playing games like Mario, Legend of Zelda, the classics.
Right.
But I actually had the running pad. Did anybody Did anybody have the original Nintendo?
I mean,
And it came with,
I had the NES. I don't remember a running pad.
so the NES had a special deal when it came out, and it came with 3 games on one cartridge. This wasn't. I don't know if this was the very first release or like a Christmas special release around that holiday season, but it had 3 games on the cartridge. It had Duck Hunt, Super Mario,
Okay.
and track and field. And for track and field, you had a mat. It had a mat that you had to run on. And how quickly your feet hit the mat, it would register and it would make your character in the game run.
Wow.
Interesting. I've
Yeah,
only
yeah,
ever
it was-
seen the 2-for-1s that had Duck Hunt and Mario. I have never seen the 3-for-1 with track and field.
Yeah, it had track and field, and I had the mat. It came with the mat, it came with the gun, the whole thing. So I got that like whole package for Christmas one year.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I remember I had the dual one with Duck Hunt and Mario, and that came with the zapper gun. And I was too little to realize how the zapper gun really worked, so I figured the closer zapper gun was to the TV, the better my chances were. And I would be slapping the fucking glass of the TV with the gun. And my dad would be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You didn't think to like aim?
Well, I'm talking as like a 3 and 4-year-old child here. Of course, I was aiming, but like, as each round went on, I would get like closer to the TV slowly, until I'm just fucking slapping the TV with the gun.
God.
Wasn't the best. I was not good at Duck Hunt. Other games I was alright. That one just, ugh.
That's where the
dog.
Fortnite skill started.
Oh my god.
I remember young Joe was very dedicated to Nintendo stuff because my mom, who was single, would buy me video games, and she would just be like, I don't really like." She knew to like to look at the ESRB, and mostly Nintendo stuff at the time was like very much like, E for everyone. So she was like, "Oh, this should be fine." So I had like a lot of Game Boy Advance games growing up. It was never really like I had like a preference or like a person I was dedicated to. But like, you get a lot of Nintendo stuff. You just know a lot of Nintendo stuff growing up. So you just kind of keep getting more Nintendo stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for a while there was really only the 2 options. It's just Nintendo or Sega. There wasn't much of a market. Computers really didn't have a hold on games at all.
And the options for gaming were very limited. So like pretty much Doom, Hexen, and maybe like less than a handful of other ones.
And again, you're talking the 90s. I'm going earlier. Like if you go back to the 80s, when I was growing up, when I first got the Nintendo, I was 5. It was 1986. Like or 1985. It was sometime around then.
Well, Mario 1 didn't come out to 85. So probably around 85, 86 when you got it.
Yeah, because I had the one with the like I was saying, the special deal. Oh shit. Crap. Yeah. That.
Nibs, did you have a particular brand that you were championing at the time?
It's probably always been Nintendo, if I'm going to be honest.
I think there's going to be a common theme.
Just because, like, growing up, I mean, like I was saying before we started the podcast, like, Pokemon has always been my game.
Gotcha.
Pokemon and then Mario. And so I just grew up on Nintendo. We used to have the N64, a Super Nintendo. I always had a Game Boy. I have DSs. I have the 3DS. I have a Wii. Like Nintendo has always been my brand for games. As horrible as some of the games have gotten.
My
Eh.
brand.
I mean, and that's fair.
I say
like,
horrible in the sense of like it shouldn't be having the issues it does with how big it is, but I love it nonetheless.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dusty, do you have input for this one? I know she's me.
Call her out on a podcast.
I don't know if
Zesty.
I don't know if I should cover the picture with Joe's.
I just want to imagine Zesty just comes in. I've never played a video game in my life.
Sorry. Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Okay, so Nintendo.
Yeah.
Alright, so Nintendo is the general consensus for the early years.
Yes.
I would say later in life for me, the PlayStation for sure, of course.
Yeah, Sony did do a lot.
So-
And again, I did really love Nintendo Wii, but I just didn't really own one. It was my friends that owned it because, and that's what I'm gonna say. So, where did everyone go after Nintendo? What was the next system if there was a change that you went to?
So
For me,
with
it was
mine,
Sony.
Sony, PlayStation.
right, for me it was mainly PlayStation. I did also have a Genesis as a kid, so I actually played both Nintendo and Sega. I actually got to I don't know if anybody has ever heard of or remembers Sega Channel. Do you know what that is, Karen Finn?
No.
Okay,
don't
Sega
think so.
Channel was this oversized cartridge that you could put in your Sega Genesis that would hook up with like a what the hell is the cable wire called?
Not an Ethernet.
Not Ethernet, it was the white twist one. It would hook up
White?
straight into your cable. And then you would pay a monthly subscription and Sega would load that cartridge via your cable company with about 100 to 150 games a month. Most of them was crap. But it was interesting, kind of like it was like early, like how we have subscriptions now. Sega always pioneers certain things, but it always fails for them.
Wow.
But really interesting.
Yeah.
I can go off on a
It
whole.
sucks. Because
Yeah.
like they had like, you know, the PSP like wasn't like the original of it, but like it worked out really well. And then the Vita had like that cool like back touchscreen or whatever. And then that just did not take off in America. Apparently it's like super popular in Japan.
Well, yeah.
But
I
yeah.
had a PSP. That only had like a couple games that I really liked on it. One of them, Patapon. Can't even remember the other ones.
There was a good bit of games though.
Yeah, but I pretty much as the PlayStation 1 came out with like Crash and Spyro, I ended up transitioning into there, and I didn't really become a full-fledged Sony fanboy until the PS2 came out. But I still always had like a Nintendo console. So like as everything was coming out, I always had a Nintendo 64. I always had, you know, the GameCube or the Wii. The only Nintendo console I did not purchase because I thought it was stupid, I thought it was so dumb, was the Wii U.
I loved having the Wii U. That's where I played my only Zelda game all the way through.
Thought
Wow.
it was so dumb because I was like, it's just a Wii with a TV. It's just it was the same. There was no massive technological advancement between the Wii U and the Wii and the Wii U, which is why I think that system failed.
Yeah, it
Even
didn't do
Nintendo's come
great.
out and they've said that system's a failure.
Yeah.
Like the
It
only
didn't do
games
so
that
hot.
were anything on that, and I'm not even going to count Breath of the Wild because Breath of the Wild's a Switch game.
Yeah.
Is really Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I remember there was like a YouTuber I was watching at the time, and he was just like, no, the Wii U is not going to fail. I mean, like, we haven't even got the new Super Smash Brothers for it yet, or whatever. And then Super Smash Brothers came and went, and it was just like, okay, now what?
Well, that's kind of the situation that the Switch is in right now, where after Tears of the Kingdom for Zelda, what's really next? Nothing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as I'm currently playing Fire Emblem Engage, like that's like the new hotness. It's like one of the bigger Nintendo properties. Waifu dating simulator with, swords, axes, and spell books.
Yeah.
I feel like sometime in the future, the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games are going to get like DLC, like probably within the next year. I'm sure there's going to be things. I will say, Masahiro Sakurai being done with Smash probably does hamper it, but like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna. I don't think Nintendo can lock him up any more than they have.
I mean, he spent. I mean, how long ago did Smash come out? It was like 4 years ago, right?
Yeah, the fact
Or
that
maybe
like
5
they
years
kept
ago.
milking that cow. Yeah.
Yeah, they milked that cow forever. And
Yeah.
look, I'm just as happy as anybody else with all the character selection they have. I still haven't bought it and gotten all the characters.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, and like it does so much for like Nintendo, but also like there's a lot of people that like make stuff on YouTube that were just like, just like, Smash Bros. The video like almost every week, and I have content to farm for a while.
Yep.
I still see those fucking videos that are just like, who can cross the impossible gap or whatever. Like those things were like rampant on TikTok for a while on YouTube. Just like, who could go under the stage and come back alive? Like it was just a content farm for so long.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because like it really stifled a lot of content for the Switch, in my opinion. Because really we've got, as far as like original content is concerned, for the Switch that came out, you have Splatoon. Got
True. Splatoon 3 did come out.
Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, some people were like, Odyssey 2 will come out, and it hasn't.
Right? What else have we really had?
Kirby.
Oh, the Kirby game, that was big.
Land.
Yeah. You right.
That was a good one. I feel like Nintendo has so much it can do, and it doesn't always live up to what expectations people thrust upon it.
But Nintendo specializes more in kids' games. We as adults want more from Nintendo, but we're not their target demographic. Like Nintendo has the ability to do more, but they don't need to.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Now here's where I was gonna go. Notice there's one brand that nobody has said is their preference.
Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox? Yeah.
Yeah. No one. I don't know anyone that would say Xbox is their preference. And
I know one person. I know one person.
But you wouldn't call Xbox a failure, is it, JC?
No, it's my older brother, Mike.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say either JC or your older brother, Mike. Or there is one other that did not get mentioned in the era of PlayStation, early PlayStation days. Dreamcast.
That's Sega. And
I know, but that's not. But that it's just funny that console itself is like such a missed opportunity for Sega.
oh,
Because I think Joe, you were saying
I could go on a
you
Sega
said-
rant. I could go on a Sega rant so big.
I
What
know.
about the Jaguar?
Yeah. No, the Sega CD.
Oh,
Um,
I had a Sega CD as well. It was an attachment for the Genesis.
Yeah, so my friend and cousin owned Genesis, and I would play their Genesis, and mostly my cousins. But just to get back to the Xbox, it's funny how no one would really call it their preference, but I don't think we would exactly call Xbox a failure either.
Well,
You know, like it's been around, and they still like make stuff for it.
well, because they have a lot of their own content. A lot of sporting content goes through Xbox. So
Great
Madden,
sports, yeah.
Madden,
I think
Oh, that too.
NBA 2K are huge on those platforms.
I think Xbox is doing smart plays more often than the other competitors. Like you have the Xbox Game Pass, which
I have.
Sony tried. Yeah, see, there you go. Like Sony tried to emulate it and they messed it up impressively. I will say they messed that up. And Nintendo has like the whole like Nintendo Online, and you can play old games for free. Some of them for free. You have to get the expansion pass for like 64 games and whatnot. But like, I feel like Xbox does better moves in this industry, which is why they're surviving as long as they are. Considering the fact that none of us are saying that they are our favorite, like they're our favorite console brand, they're doing things smart. And I think that's why they're doing so well. Like you have like Xbox Game Pass. You also have the fact that like currently like Microsoft owns like the Xbox brand. So Microsoft is like their stabilizing function that keeps them alive.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're also acquiring game companies in a smart way. They're going after good hits. Currently, they're trying to get like Activision Blizzard under their belt.
I thought they already had them.
No,
No,
there's
they
been
have
a lot of
Bethesda
like,
right now.
Okay,
They
there's
have
been like a
Bethesda.
lot of legal stuff going on.
okay, yeah. There,
Um,
I haven't paid attention to that stuff in a little bit. The last I knew was them
So-
planning on it.
And I'm gonna go from the PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4 life cycle time frame. Right?
mhm.
The big argument for years was, between, people who love Xbox and people who love Sony is that PlayStation was clearly superior because they had exclusives. They had good exclusives. Rattle off God of War, the Spider-Man,
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and
Oh,
Daxter.
my favorite.
You
High
you
five.
have Ratchet and Clank. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Ape Escape. There's that one guy in the background. Ape Escape.
Ape Escape! PlayStation All-Stars!
So I have a
the rapper.
I have a PS2. Just going with the Jack and Daxter real quick. I have a
Yeah.
PS2, and I at a game shop that they had in a city like 40 minutes away. They had all the Jack and Daxter games for it on the shelf,
Nice.
and I got them all because probably one of my favorite Sony games.
Yeah, except for Jack 2. Jack 2 is Jack Poo.
There,
It just is.
but that first one, man.
The first
Sly
one's really
Cooper.
good. The third one's good. Sly Cooper. Yo, who remembers when they announced a Sly Cooper movie and then they never made it?
I remember.
I remember.
Heard Farm
All
remembers.
remembers.
Yeah.
Remember Barry? Remember the 80s?
Yeah.
I do.
Man, like
It's
I
the
know
same thing with
like,
Metal Gear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have been waiting for them to make that Metal Gear Solid movie forever.
Yeah.
No.
I know we're getting further and further from our main point, but just a
Take-
side tangent.
Sitting on the toilet.
Did you guys see the there was an article recently where they had made like an artificial intelligence that was like it piloted a camera and was supposed to allow people to know when like intruders would come in. And its training data was like set up for like humans. So like they asked a bunch of Marines try to fool the camera in any way they wanted. One guy got past it by like doing a bunch of somersaults because it didn't register as a person; it registered like as kinetic energy instead. Another dude got by like it skinned all the bark off a tree and put it in front of himself, and the thing didn't realize he wasn't a tree. Skinned all the bark off, which is so funny. And like the last one, like two dudes got by it, and you're gonna love this, by hiding in a cardboard box and sneaking by it. Metal Gear Solid style.
Metal Gear. It's
Yeah.
That's one of the early PlayStation 1 franchises that I was like, that's one of my favorite franchises of all time.
It makes me sad I'll never be able to experience that without knowledge of things.
I love Metal Gear so much.
They were reported to be giggling the whole time. Yeah, that is true. Just inside the box.
Metal Gear, but it's also such a problematic franchise in so many ways.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Metal Gear Rising.
She can't wear clothes because she has to breathe through her skin. Come on.
Look,
True.
I will be the first one to say, Mr. Kojima is a bit of a perv.
Yeah, he's a bit hentai.
I mean,
big time.
come on, just be like the guy who made Nier Automata. He literally said, "I just made the outfits look like that because I wanted to see boobies."
I mean, Kojima's
Very
pretty
honest.
much the same. He's unapologetic about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in Metal Gear 1, if you get to the bathroom quick enough during one of the sneaking missions, Meryl doesn't have enough time to fully change, so she's in her underwear. You're like, oh
no. No, but that's realistic, man.
How did that get there?
Yeah.
How did my penis end up there?
Oh, whoops, there it is.
How did I get erect from a cartoon character?
Was it towards the beginning of this channel when I played the Metal Gear series? JC had no knowledge of it, so playing it with him on stream and having his genuine reactions to things was great.
That's great.
I've also never played the Metal Gear games, and I don't think I watched it when you streamed.
I'm thinking about playing them again,
I know
to be honest.
nothing about it.
Ow.
I want to play it, but I know all like the really cool things like Psycho Mantis and stuff. I've been spoiled on that.
I mean,
you really like Castlevania, don't you? Just like, what?
You like to play Castlevania?
Yeah.
What? The only thing is, it's got to be one of their games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking how funny it would be. You really like Cabela Big Game Hunter, don't you? What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of fun playing those games. The Cabela Hunter games.
I like playing them at the arcade, not at home.
But yeah, there's like all these like different brands and stuff. Like going through time, it's cool to like look back at like all the consoles you had. And like we all know, like the PS2 is like one of the best selling consoles of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know why?
Yeah.
Probably one of the most brilliant like strategies that Sony ever did. They made the damn PlayStation 2 cheaper than an actual DVD player, and it was a DVD player. So
yeah,
people would
more
buy
families had a PlayStation
player.
2 than they did just a normal DVD player.
Yeah. And then when you have a PlayStation 2, everyone wants your games.
I forgot about using it as a DVD player when I was younger.
Yeah, you got a PlayStation 2.
And then they thought they were going to carry that over with the PlayStation 3 when they introduced Blu-ray. And it did not go over as well. I think it's because the PlayStation 3's price point was either slightly
It was
above
too
or
high.
on
It was too
par
high. Yeah.
with what a Blu-ray player was on its launch. As time
Mhm.
went on, Blu-ray players started getting cheaper, and PlayStation PS3 kind of kept its price point, just because that one was an 8-year console, if I remember, where its lifespan was 8 years.
It's fucking lasts
Yeah,
forever.
long ass time.
Was
PS3 lasts as long as fucking GTA 5.
No, it's still going.
no GTA 5 came out at the end of its life cycle, if I remember.
No,
right.
I know, but I'm just saying with how long GTA 5 has been a thing and continues to be a thing.
Dude, GTA 5 is gonna outlive me at this point.
Like, I keep seeing stuff for GTA 6, and I genuinely don't believe it's ever going to come out.
No, I think it's
Because
more
they
like
just keep doing
I
shit
think
for GTA
Rockstar
5.
is just trying to be a bitch, yeah.
I think it's more like a, hey, shareholders, look, we are making a new game, but we're making money off of the old one still. So don't worry, we got stuff coming, but do we want to keep milking this cow?
I mean, dude, how much money do you think those 3 actors have made on
Oh my
royalties from
god,
that
that's a
game?
good. That is a good
If they
point.
have royalties, that's if it's in their contract.
Yeah.
Well, I know
They
that
probably do.
the guy who plays Trevor is a pretty. I don't want to say he's like a major
He's
actor, but he's
an
been in like
actor, yeah.
He's been in The Walking Dead.
No,
Been
he's
in a
a
lot
he's
of
a
things.
character, and yeah, no, he was in Better Call Saul as well, and
I don't know. That's giving the indication that we think that voice actors for video games get paid well.
yeah, exactly. They're I mean, I'm sure they do get a decent amount, but it's not a high pay
It's
for that
not
kind of game. They're voice acting. They're probably getting like 50,000.
I
They're not
think
getting.
I would say for
high.
a GTA game, I can see them getting at least paid more than your average voice.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
like 50, 60K for that. For the
I
like,
think
but
it
not
would
much.
be. I think it depends upon the voice actor themselves. Like, I know that Nolan North has done so many freaking games. I'm pretty sure he commands a decent wage.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I want to believe that, but after the whole Bayonetta 3 fiasco, I don't know anymore. Because that was just like a dumpster fire of like all voice acting thing. Because
What
like
happened with Bayonetta 3?
so like the voice actress for Bayonetta 3, who has been Bayonetta's voice actress for like everything she's appeared in, came out publicly on Twitter and said Nintendo was only paying her $4,000 for all of her lines.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing
Yeah.
What?
It was only
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's only
Like,
$4,000 for all of her lines, and I think like some royalties. But like, voice actors do not get paid that well. They really
No.
don't. Like that was a whole thing.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I was just
Even if he's a big actor, $50,000 is probably what he's getting paid for a job like that.
I don't even think $50,000 because like Nintendo is like
If he's
one of those.
if he's already an actor who has a presence in Hollywood, he might be able to command more because of that. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I don't even think like I don't know. I doubt it.
Maybe, yeah.
I wonder.
It's just
Does,
because of that news is really throwing me for a loop. It's just like, oh, that's not a lot.
so Destiny, which was pretty much the main game that I played for the entire life cycle for the PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
had a few really big actors on there. Guy who does Zavala's voices from The Wire. I don't remember his name, but I see his face. And for a time, the Ghost for the first year was voiced by Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah, Peter
so-
Dinklage.
People who play Destiny, they often refer to him as Dinklebot.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened with the contract when they went into the second year of the game for Taken King. It was there was a conflict of because Peter Dinklage was working on Game of Thrones, so he couldn't make the time to go in and record lines. So they ended up having to redo all of Peter Dinklage's lines with Nolan North and have Nolan North be the voice of the Ghost for every single expansion since
Yeah,
then.
I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
So, now everyone's used to Nolan North's Ghost, but it was a very jarring difference between, like, Peter Dinklage's, like, very baritonish voice, and there was one line he had in the first year, is like, "We've woken the hive," where he says it like that, and then, like, Nolan North's is like, "We've woken the hive." And we're like, "Oh, you son of a bitch, it's not the fucking same."
Yeah.
Same, but different.
So I pulled up an article, and this is from GameWorldObserver.com. So,
Okay.
and it
Trusted
says,
source.
yes, this is me citing my source. If it's wrong, I'm not wrong.
Johan, I miss Dinklebot. Everybody misses Dinklebot.
It says, how much do video game voice actors get paid? Actors are usually paid for sessions rather than getting traditional salaries. As of 2020, the standard minimum rates for video game voice actors were $902 for a 4-hour session up to 3 voices, and $451, 1 hour, 1 voice, according to a SAG AFTRA rate sheet. So that's the minimum, is $900 for 4 hours.
For those who don't know, SAG stands for Screen Actors Guild.
Yes. But $900 for 4 hours is not like, that's like $225 an hour.
Yeah.
It's not bad pay, but you got to realize that's like one session, and it could take like a bunch of sessions to get the game done, or it could take like one session. You could have like not very many lines. Who knows? But still, that is the minimum.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So let's.
The name I wanted to say, Nathan Fillion, was in Destiny as well. Just slipped my mind there. Sorry about that.
My king, Nathan Fillion.
Oh, I love Nathan Fillion.
Same.
He was Cade 6 in Destiny, and then when they killed him off in Forsaken, everybody was pissed off.
I care about him.
Spoiling it.
Captain Hammer.
Spoiling a game I'll never play.
No, dude, that happened like fucking that.
Oh,
like
1942,
2016.
So wait, back to preferences, right?
Okay.
We
True.
talked about consoles. So I said that I had originally loved sports games,
Right.
but what game do you think changed my mind about sports games between Nintendo to Super Nintendo?
Madden?
No, the game that got me off of sports games.
Oh, okay. Well, you never know. It could be like a terrible
Between
Madden
Nintendo to Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario 3.
No.
That'd be Final Fantasy.
It was another. So Final Fantasy IV was my first introduction into the JRPG genre.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I had ever played a JRPG before that, and I immediately was like hooked on that genre. And so JRPGs became my preference for a tremendously long time. It was pretty much like most games that I played were JRPGs.
I can't say that I've ever played one. I don't think I may have played Final Fantasy at a friend's house with them, but outside of that, I don't think I've ever touched a Final Fantasy game
I
of
think
my own accord.
I've only beaten 2 Final Fantasies. I've beaten Final Fantasy 1, and I've beaten Final Fantasy 9. And
The
I
really
the
Final
second.
Fantasy.
You forgot like 7 reallys, but yeah.
Fun fact: do you know why they called this series Final Fantasy?
I do
because the guy who was like lead designer, like this was his last chance. If this game didn't succeed, he was just gonna be done making games.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Right.
But
Look
it
at
worked.
Chris getting all cozy.
I'm freezing in my room
can't-
right now, so like I've been sitting there like cross-armed, like trying to get warm, and I turn around, I saw my Snuggie over there. I was like, "Fuck it."
Get over here.
Fuck it. It's a podcast.
It's a podcast. No one can
Meanwhile,
see
the
this.
temperature's like 60 degrees.
It's
First
snowing
off,
outside.
First off,
so
don't call me out like that.
Floridian. Point and laugh at the Floridian.
Haha, you get cold when it's not cold.
You live next to Disney World.
I'm 2 hours away, but yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
The most evil corporation in America.
oh,
Well,
and there's the
No, that's not
lawsuit.
true.
As
Not the
someone
most-
who worked there, you're not that far off the mark. They are a bit evil.
Disney's typing up a lawsuit as we speak.
I think so. When I was younger, the first RPG I played, I don't even know if it's a JRPG, but like I played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga,
Oh yeah.
and that was like one of the first games that was like it like was just like this is an RPG, and I was just like, oh, this is the shit.
It was the one that Square worked on with them, right?
No, Superstar Saga is for the Game Boy Advance. It was made by Alpha Dream.
Okay, no, so Mario did have the Super Mario RPG
Yeah,
that
that
was
was Square
in
helping out with.
collaboration with Square,
That
yeah.
was on SNES. Yeah. And because Square worked on it, Gino and Mallow will never be in Smash. No, that's absolutely not true anymore.
Well,
It's because
Gino
they're just
is
not-
technically in.
Yeah, technically he is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know why people are so upset. Look, he's right there. Look at him go as a Mii costume.
Yep, he's a
It
Mii
is
costume.
interesting that it is interesting that they were able to get like Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yeah.
I'm very upset that they didn't put Aerith in.
I mean,
Oh,
I
there
wanted-
was-
I mean,
were
like
so
to
many-
be fair, they put the Mii costume in, and then they also have like the part of they did like the trailer for it, and they let Sephiroth kill Aerith again.
they did do that.
No. What I'm saying is they had they have Aerith's theme, a new Aerith's theme in Smash. And what they really should have done, I'm sorry, but this would be so funny, to take the Final Fantasy VII Remake Aerith and give her like a chair as a weapon as well, because of the chair theme in Remake.
Yeah, that's always great. I saw that on Twitter when the game first came out, and I was just like, that is awesome.
Oh, I love the changes that they made to Aerith. Like, it's not even really changes, it was just like, growth that they
Yeah.
couldn't show.
We have the technology now.
Right.
I cannot
to make
wait for
her-
episode 2, the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, I know. I really have to play Reunion and a bunch of and catch up on other stuff too.
I haven't played Reunion
yeah.
or Integrate yet.
Yeah, I have Integrate on the computer.
Oh
Alright,
my
so-
god, you guys just unlocked a memory for me.
Oh,
So this is so da-na-na-na. When I was younger, I remember seeing a GameFAQs like guide for Kingdom Hearts 1.
Mm.
And I remember seeing like Final Fantasy characters on there, and I was like, Mom, I'd love to get this game. And she's like, okay, sometime. And then a couple of years later, she got me Kingdom Hearts 2 on the PlayStation 2. And thank God she did, because Kingdom Hearts 1 is awful. Kingdom Hearts 2 is
Oh.
good. I will
Oh,
stand on this hill on my own.
Oh, you're stabbing me in the
first
heart.
game- The first game's so bad. It's so clunky.
I have Kingdom
it's so
Hearts
hard
3
to play.
that I still haven't finished. Does
So,
that count for something?
so I will give you that. The controls in Kingdom Hearts 1 does not stand the test of time.
No, I will say it has way cooler worlds. I like being able to go to the Tarzan world in the first one. But like, I'm just spoiled by Kingdom Hearts 2. Better movement. And even now, I know like after playing like Dream Drop Distance and like all the newer ones, like even Kingdom Hearts 2 movement seems clunky. Cause like in like Dream Drop Distance, you can just like fucking go bananas off the walls and just go ride on like grind rails or whatever, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Fun
It's
fact.
just so much more flowy.
Fun fact. I know that Kingdom Hearts original pitch was.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
It was for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who said
that's
the
what they
world
wanted.
of darkness?
Square went to Warner Brothers. Why would Square go to Warner Brothers with that?
Why wouldn't they?
Warner Brothers was the first company that they wanted to go with it for, and then I forgot the name. I think his name was Nomura. Ended up because Square and Disney shared a building in Japan for a time, and Nomura took an elevator with one of the Disney execs, and the Disney exec took an interest in what he was working on, so he shot him a pitch, and that's why Disney has Kingdom Hearts. When it was initially being developed and storyboarded, what they wanted was they wanted the Looney Tunes.
Oh God, you replaced Donald Duck with Daffy Duck.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Bugs and Mickey.
Bugs and Mickey. Who's Goofy's Warner counterpart? I wouldn't say Elmer Fudd.
No.
I feel like Elmer Fudd would be Pete.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Now I say.
Sorry, you gotta keep your eye on the ball, son.
Eye on the ball. Eyeball. You get
it?
It's a
Can't let those slip past you, son.
Boy's about as sharp as a bowling
You get that
ball.
too. You can't let it slip past you.
God. Now I'm just imagining fucking Foghorn Leghorn dying in Kingdom Hearts 2.
And it's the chicken hawk that takes him out.
It's the fucking chicken hawk.
I finally got you, schnook.
I'm a nobody, see? But I do like me chicken.
Why would you want to eat a schnook? I'm dying over here, Sora.
Bugs, now boy, I said look out.
My goose is cooked. Get it? It's a foul situation. Can't let those slip past you. Come on, Sora.
So like,
Foghorn, no.
So in Kingdom Hearts 2, there was a function that I only ever used for one boss fight. That's how I discovered that it was a function where you can summon Mickey Mouse to help you.
Oh yeah, because you got your ass kicked.
Because you got your ass kicked, which you played Kingdom Hearts 2, Joe. You know which boss I'm talking about that it happened?
Oh. Is it the one with like all the spears, whatever his name is?
Yep, in Beauty and the Beast. It happens it happens to the same boss.
Okay, good, because that happened to me too.
It happens
which is
to everybody.
why I immediately called it.
And it's like, when Mickey comes out, he's like, "Give me power!" Like, now I can just imagine it with like fucking bugs like, "Yeah,
You.
give me power, eh?
Give me power, Doc."
I really should be playing with a headset so I could tell where the fuck I'm being shot from.
Just imagine Bugs Bunny just like, all right, time to show this mug what I really made of.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? They said your name was Sephiroth, huh?
Have you
Cigar for you before we do battle.
Have you guys
Cigar
seen...
blows up in Sephiroth's face.
Oh my god, I would love to be in the alternate universe where it's Looney Tunes instead of Disney for fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny's like, those are his specials. He runs over and puts a cigar in their mouth and it blows up in their face.
Yeah. You just have a world that's actually the fucking the Animaniacs and all their wacky characters.
No, the Animaniacs would be...
Speaking of the Animaniacs...
Actually, you know what? I think the Animaniacs would just be a summon. They wouldn't get a world.
Yeah, they would be a summon. 100%.
They all come in, they just see they see Kyrie. Hello, nurse.
Yeah.
You realize I'm a kid, right?
So, Lee,
No, it's
I feel like
fucking-
they would get a world. It'd just be the Warner Brothers lot, just like the fucking show.
Oh, yeah, it
see that.
absolutely would be the Warner Brothers lot. Yeah, everyone would be there. Tiny Toons, the Looney Tunes, the Animaniacs.
Yeah, I feel like they would get their own if it was a thing.
God.
Animaniacs would have their own world.
So no, what?
It'd just
It's
be
unfortunate.
chaos.
It's unfortunate that all three companies didn't go in, so they could pull Roger Rabbit in.
Oh my god.
That'd be so
dope.
fucking.
Can you imagine Yakko meeting Jessica?
Cool.
I'm now realizing that fucking Lola
Can
Bunny
you
would be the
imagine meeting
princess.
Jessica?
What's
Lola-
that?
Lola Bunny would be a princess of power.
Yeah, Lola Bunny would be Princess Minnie. So you do that fucking escort mission, and she's just beating the shit out of Heartless like it's no one's business.
With the basketball.
The basketball.
Yeah, with a basketball, she's fucking balling on him. Lola's fucking balling. So good.
How many people saw the news?
Yes.
None of it.
I know about it.
I have seen it.
I love the ending so much.
I was so disappointed because like in a lot of the trailers you can see, like a lot of characters just in the background. And I'm thinking, oh man, since they're there, like they'll have a presence in the movie.
No, they will.
And like one of the trailers, you could clearly see the Animaniacs sitting on top of the tower.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh my god, the
Oh, that's
Animaniacs
right.
are in this fucking movie. And then I was like, they're not even in. Like, fuck you, brothers.
You know,
Yeah.
we got a better answer to what, Space Jam: A New Legacy should have been with the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
Yeah.
I'm ugly Sonic.
I'll tell you what, Warner Brothers is like very slowly over the last 10 years, they've turned into the Sega of the movie industry.
Which is so sad.
That's
because
harsh.
so many great things have come from the Warner Brothers fucking industry.
Bro, who made this hot chocolate and added the marshmallows? Good lord.
I mean, I did.
Because Jesus Christ, that hurt. That actually hurt me a little.
He's got a bag of them sitting next to him, ready to harsh the mood anytime.
Yeah,
But
he
it's
ate
the
two of them,
truth.
and that's
I
what
mean,
led to it.
like-
that's why it hurts.
Like, look at this whole fiasco with DC. Like, does anybody
Yeah.
know about the shit that's going on with like the DC extended
Wiping the
universe?
slate. Yeah, with James Gunn taking over and the whole wiping the slate of like DCEU.
Like, they
Wow.
literally brought back Henry Cavill for Black Adam as Superman. Spoiler warning,
Mm.
right?
What? I'm kidding. I saw it in theaters.
I didn't, and I don't really care.
Right? You bring back Henry Cavill as Superman only literally 2 months later to fire him because you're wiping the slate. Like, they have
But
no
then keep
organization.
From Miller.
And they keep
Ezra
Ezra
Miller.
Miller. Like, that bothers the fuck out of me.
Like, so the thing is, it sucks losing Henry Cavill. I'm glad that Gunn is wanting to wipe the slate of the movies as a whole, though, because one in every few of them are actually good. And I think the only thing that has really saved any of the DCEU was fucking Peacemaker.
Yeah. Yeah, Peacemaker was great. That's the only thing I could say that was great.
The only live action DC
IP.
part of the DCEU that I've thoroughly enjoyed. Like I enjoy the other movies, but not like they're okay. Because DC doesn't know how to make live action films to save their fucking life.
They don't.
They make pretty good animated.
Oh, their
don't know.
animated
movies.
stuff's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
James Gunn
I
is the
love the
answer, though.
animated stuff.
I don't know if James Gunn is the answer, to be honest, though.
I don't think he is, to be honest.
Like wiping the slate clean because, like, I'm sorry, but even the Zack Snyder cut looks awful. Like, I don't understand what the appeal is there. I think the whole issue was that they didn't really get any good directors to produce to work on those movies. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just an
Well, and then
unpopular.
also they're fragmenting their own universe as well because like James Gunn's wiping the slate clean, but they're still going to continue to make the Batman movies with Robert Pattinson. But then they're going to want a Batman for the DC and universe, which Robert Pattinson's not going to be that Batman. So already
Like
you're
we have um
I'm sorry.
Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, and like, you know, that won't tie in. Not that it does now, but like, you know,
I honestly hope they
it
don't
won't
go
be
that route.
anyway.
I'm sorry, I'm just over here because the fucking last Batman movie, I had this reoccurring joke. See, they kept playing "Something's in the Way" like
yeah,
every
the
like
Nirvana song.
yeah. I don't know why, but my brain defaulted to make it stupider, and I just thought something's in my ass. Ooh. So every time that song plays, I'm just imagining Batman singing that.
While the Batman had some scenes that were just really too far drawn out, like, and just long for no reason,
Mhm.
I enjoyed the shit out of that film.
I didn't see it, but I want to see it because I think I would enjoy it too.
It's very long for what could be a little shorter,
I don't mind length, and
but
Eh.
I'm okay with length or girth, either one.
I feel like the romantic subplot was a little extra, but that's
I
just me.
think that's what
Yeah,
it
I
was.
agree,
Is because
I
they
agree.
dragged out those scenes too much, and it
Yeah.
really just kind of fucking like, is this over yet?
Yeah, they did a
Let's
couple
get
things
back
that
to
was
the rest
cool.
of it.
Like I
I
watched
like-
the movie in theaters, and by the
Same.
time the movie was
Yeah.
over, I pretty much had pissed
I pissed myself.
because I couldn't get to the bathroom quick enough.
Damn.
Oh my
You
god!
Here first.
And you heard it here,
Crizzle Crow's a little piss boy.
You heard it here, folks. Episode 2 of the
Oh
Crizzcast.
man, happened something.
Yeah.
I'm older, and no, it doesn't.
I'm younger, and yes, it does.
I'm even younger, and yes, it does.
Look, I will say this. I paid to watch that movie in theaters. I was not going to get up during any scene to go to the bathroom. So
That's
it's
why you pee
100% my
beforehand.
fault. You know what I mean?
Like,
Mhm.
my mom always had this thing, like, we would go into the movies, and she'd be like, okay, everyone go try and use the bathroom before we go to the movie theater. And be like, okay. And, you know,
I would sit
never
there
had to
with
go
my legs
during a
crossed,
movie.
having to piss the entire time. I don't like getting up during a movie.
I don't either.
Bro, I'll fucking get up. I don't give a shit.
Though I cannot wait for the new Ant-Man movie.
Quantumania looks so good. I think I'll be down in Florida when it comes out.
Want to watch it?
I think I know what we need to do because it comes out on the day I was gonna go drive down to Gingy's.
Movie night.
Could go see Ant-Man. Go to the movie theater by me that has like the restaurant in the second level with the bigger seat.
Man, my brain does some stupid shit all the time.
Like
I just thought, like, going to, like, a rundown movie theater, like, oh, they're showing Ant-Man. You walk in and, like, the tape peels off and, like, it reveals the word Elephant Man.
Elephant Man.
Yeah, Elephant Man. Like, they taped off the elephant part.
Young Eric Stoltz.
Like the old movie where he's got like the
Yeah, like
deformed
the-
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that movie instead. Like, I thought they were showing Ant-Man.
Man, Marvel really switched up their style.
Man, it's so weird. They
Oh, is
completely
this
got rid of,
guy's
like, the
superpower
shrinking
having a
plot.
really big jaw?
They got rid of the whole shrinking subplot and, like, added in, like, this whole deformity thing. I don't think it really works for him, but you know what? Okay.
Where's Kang the Conqueror? He the psychiatrist? I don't get what's
Where's
going
the
on.
wasp? Where's the wasp?
What do you mean there's no post-credit scene?
God damn it, that got me. Oh, that was pretty funny.
Wait, so what are we doing?
Good question. What are we doing?
Shooting the shit. We're talking.
Yeah, at this point.
We
Oh,
veered
man.
off any topic.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the conversation has devolved.
The topic is, well, what are we doing?
So back to our original point. What was some of the game preferences that you guys had, like genre wise?
Oh, I mean, I love RPGs, and for a while I did like FPS games, but I kind of burned myself out on them in high school because like every day during summer break I was playing like Left 4 Dead 2 and Halo Reach, and I think those are the only two games I really switched on and off of. And then like summer came and went, and like at the end of it, I had like done like a shitload of things in Halo Reach, and I think I'd like almost mastered like the game. And then I was just like, meh, all right. And I kind of just got done with. I did play Borderlands 2 a little bit after that, but like I
Borderlands
haven't
2 is
really.
always a fun one to go back and play again.
It really is. I actually started playing it again recently.
The worst thing for me about it is I've literally started it 4 times, and I'll play for a few hours, and then I won't touch it again for over a year. I haven't.
Yeah, it's such a weird.
I have such a fun time playing it, but after the initial time of it,
it's like you have like a high of playing it.
exactly.
And then the high wears off, and you're like, all right, and then you're done.
But
And then
it's
like
still
a year
such
later,
a fun game.
yeah, a year later you pick it up again. You're like, oh, you know what? I should make a new character. I don't even know what I was doing in the other one. And then that's how you keep making characters.
That's exactly it. Is like I wouldn't pick it back up either where I left off. No, I'd just start over. Like I have Borderlands 2 for my Xbox 360 on the PC. I had it for something else.
I recently got it for Switch.
And I'm just like, I have it in so many places, and I've played it on all the fucking systems. To probably roughly the same point in all of them.
Yeah, I've always used two characters. I've always played Krieg because he's just a really fun. I love high risk, high reward. And I play Zero because I love melee. And like those are the two characters I played the most. But like I burnt myself out on FPS games, but I've always loved RPGs. Like from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga to like Pokemon games to like Final Fantasy to oh man, where's some recent ones that I've been playing? Like did you know there's
Impact?
No.
Genshin Impact.
I'm going to stop you there, and I'm going to put my foot
Fantasy
down.
Star?
I never played Phantasy Star, but I know it's good.
What about the Might and Magic games? Those are more on computer, though.
I have never played Might and Magic.
Yeah, if you didn't play games on computers,
God.
Might and Magic, a lot of them were first-person RPGs, so they weren't really JRPG style.
Okay.
I used to play a lot of RuneScape on the computer.
I played a lot of RuneScape.
A shit ton of RuneScape.
Good times.
Till my account got hacked, and then I lost all hope for RuneScape after that. I couldn't get back into it.
No, that's fair. You lose all that progress, dead. I will say, like, I played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and then they came out with like a sequel on the DS, which was Partners in Time, and then they came out with Bowser's Inside Story, which I was so excited for when like they announced it in like Game Informer. I was like, that was during the era of like I got Game Informer every month, and like I'd see issues and they'd be like, we learned about like this game coming up. I'm like, what? That game's coming out? That's crazy. And they came out with Bowser's Inside Story, which was people say that's like the best one. I almost agree with them only because I have too much nostalgia for Superstar Saga. Then I think after that one came, oh, what was it? It was Dream Team, which was on the 3DS. And then after Dream Team, they came out with Paper Jam, and then the company went bankrupt. And I'm gonna say I think it was Paper Jam's fault, but like they started re-releasing their older games.
I don't think I played any of those Mario games.
They're very good. Like they're good as an RPG, but like the combat system's fun because it's not just you push a button, you attack, you run back, you hit them, yeah. But then you also have like tag team moves between Mario and Luigi, and then you also, when you're defending, you have a chance to just either dodge the damage or like you can counter it and like hit them back instead of getting hit. Which is awesome. It made it so much more fun. Criz, I see you on your phone. I'm calling you out on the podcast.
I was gonna ask Esther if she's okay. She's
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, the main part with Mario is my game for Mario has always been Super Mario 3.
Super Mario 3 is good.
Super Mario 3's
Yeah.
My first game ever was Super Mario World on SNES.
Super Mario World is one of the best games. I would also say one of my favorite games on SNES was certainly A Link to the Past.
That's a
that
good one.
is the game that got me.
Oh god, we're going back to episode 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I had already.
I feel surrounded by the Link heads.
Too.
So I will say I didn't play Link to the Past. Well, I did, but I didn't know how to. I didn't know what I was fucking doing because I was a kid and I was dumb. But my closest experience to that was on the 3DS. They have a Link Between Worlds, which is very similar to A Link to the Past.
Yes.
And I love that one. That game is awesome. And I think it's mainly because they kind of do away with like the you need an item for the dungeon type mechanic where you get the item halfway through. Instead, they're like, you can just go to a rental shop and rent all the items of the game at the beginning of the game.
Yep.
And then go. And you can kind of just do dungeons in whatever order you want. And I was like, this is freeing. I don't have to fucking figure out puzzles to get to the next thing. I can just go there. And like you can buy the items later so you don't have to worry about like the rental thing of if you die, you lose them all. And like that game was just so good. It had really good conveyance on like what you needed to do. I 100%ed that game. I loved it so much.
That game's great. I like that one as well. I played that one on stream.
Yeah.
I think it's like the only 3DS game I actually played on stream.
I don't blame you. Oh man, what else? Like I know you know what? I always wanted to play Four Swords, but I never got 3 friends.
I also
Same.
have that game still somewhere, and I never
Yeah.
had people to play it with.
Yeah.
I remember
Okay.
the first time I like went to open it, and it's like you gotta have more people. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the fuck you mean I have to have more people? I can't just be on my own forever?
Yep.
Well, this is some garbage.
Friends at this age? Fuck you.
In this part of the country?
Me in my early 20s, late teens. Me at this age with friends? Fuck you.
How dare you even think?
Just how dare you think?
How dare you even think? Oh man.
I'll say that for me. I've always like action adventure story based games.
Mm-hmm.
Always like RPG, JRPG. Will always fall into that. Now, occasionally I'll dip into like a sports game. FPSs. No, I enjoy FPSs.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kind of always, but I've always just kind of been in and out of them.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where between playing Metal Gear and like Call of Duties in like the early 2000s when it was all first coming out, my stepmom used to think that I would become a school shooter.
Oh, she's one of those
Thanks,
type of violent
Mom.
video games
I
people.
mean, to be fair to her, you are the most likely to become like the serial killer.
Yeah, it was voted on in the senior yearbook, right?
No,
As you made X's on names, right?
no, I did not make any superlatives in my yearbook.
Fucking. I wonder. God, do you think there's like a new section of your book that just says most likely to start a podcast? Because I think that'd be a pretty fucking good one.
I
would be
honestly
funny.
wouldn't be surprised anymore
Yeah.
Probably.
with this day.
Yeah. With this day and
Most
age,
likely to get clout online.
most likely to become a Twitch streamer.
Most likely to record something in a forest in Japan.
Oh.
Most likely to become a
Oh.
Discord mod.
Oh no, that's mean. Oh my
Damn, that's
God.
brutal because that affects 4 of us in here right now.
I know.
I'm the cool one.
Bestie, even though she's muted right now, she was telling me a story the other day about her I think like her niece or her
Oh
cousins
yeah,
or relatives.
she told me about that.
And like they were insulting, like, oh, they're probably a Discord mod. Like, totally
Jesus.
meant it as a fucking insult. And she's just like, oh, I'm a Discord mod.
Oh, Zesty,
That's
I
my
love you.
point.
Oh man,
Kids are brutal,
kids are brutal. Fuck
They are.
kids.
and that's why they get an X in their name on the. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
That reminds me of the you ever watch Billy Madison?
Yeah,
Do I,
I
live
don't know
under a
who
rock?
that is.
Billy Madison, this Adam Sandler movie.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's Steve Buscemi's character who shows up at the end with a sniper
yeah.
rifle.
And cross, but when Billy apologizes and he crosses his name off the list.
Yep. I'm glad I caught that guy.
Oh,
I remember in high school, like I had like a group of friends and we would quote that movie all the time. I'd be like, "Pete in your pants is the coolest." Well, if Pete in your pants is cool, you might as well call me Miles Davis. Oh, that's disgusting, lady. Oh my god. I loved that movie so much. That and Happy Gilmore.
that's a good one.
My favorite Adam Sandler movie has always been Big Daddy.
Big Daddy?
I don't know why, but that's always been my favorite.
Will someone get the kid a Happy Meal?
We wasted a good surprise on you. Oh, she undeafened. Oh, she un. You son of a bitch, Zesty.
What?
You undeafened, and then I watched you still muted, and then unmute, and then immediately mute.
Man, we're just calling out everybody today.
Were you talking about me?
We were actually.
Yeah, we were
saying
insulting
your
Discord mods. Yeah.
Oh.
Talking about the story, I think it was either about your cousins that were like, "Oh, she's probably Discord mod anyway."
Oh, my nieces, they were like talking about their classmates and stuff, and just using it as like an insult, and it's probably like a Discord mod or something. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong with Discord mods?
What's wrong with him?
Like, am I old?
They give Zesty a side. I'm like, this.
So now I never talk to them about Discord?
You just never talk to them.
Mm,
Don't
Yeah,
tell them
fuck
about
those
this
cats.
podcast. Don't tell them.
never tell them. No, tell them about the podcast. Get clout.
That's right.
Flex on them. You can look at him and be like, I was on a podcast that's listened to tens of people.
Let me check those stats real quick.
We got 4 on stream right now.
Anchor.
Thanks, Anchor.
Dashboard. Let's go to episodes. 0 plays.
That's bullshit. I played it. I fucking put it on fucking Spotify. Anchor, you bitch. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna play it again, Anchor. Fuck you. Probably shouldn't say fuck you to the thing that's hosting our podcast.
No, probably not.
Yeah, sorry, Anchor.
But
Go
now
sync
that-
yourself.
All
I
right.
gotta take care of that tomorrow. Try to see if I can get it up there earlier in the week instead of getting it up on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah,
Why?
they make pills if you're trying to get it up earlier.
Yeah.
'Cause
Should be able to get it up without much trouble.
Yeah, just make sure that the podcast doesn't last more than 5 hours. You'll have to call a doctor after that.
No, I don't think it'll be lasting more than 5 hours, guys. I think the 2-hour cutoff was good.
No, that is pretty. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, and especially if you're not doing much of an edit to it, cut it down.
Yeah.
I mean, I had
Yes.
to edit through 5 hours of footage to only take out the 2 hours that we did the podcast with, and
Yeah.
then film an intro and an outro.
I did like that intro.
Did
you
you?
did an intro.
Yeah, it was very professional sounding.
For the if you listen to it on Spotify or if you watch the YouTube edit,
Where do you get your podcasts?
there's an intro and an outro. It's just like, hey man, I'm Crizzle. Welcome. And this is what we're talking about.
Hey, can you do me a solid and also try and get it onto Google Podcast? Because
This
that's where I listen
episode
to all
sponsored
mine.
by
Google Podcast?
Stubby.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that. I can work on that.
Nice. Yo, I can't wait for the if you ever need someone to record a sponsorship reading, I will do it.
You want it done by Stitch.
Good.
You like Crystal
Wow.
Crow? You like
Ow.
Crystal Crow Gaming? Well, look at fucking Rain Shadow Legends.
So look at Shadow Legends.
No, no, stop blowing away, Machete. Back to me.
This stream is sponsored by Stubby.
Oh yeah, I mean I could.
Fucking.
Oh man, I don't even have the dubby thing on here. Use code Crizzle, get 10% off. Dubby energy, baby. Woo!
This stream is brought to you by the letter W.
And the
W.
number 6. 6. 6.
Six, the number of the beast.
Hell, and
This
fire.
podcast made possible by viewers like you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
A podcast.
you doing?
Thanks.
What
You
are
are-
we doing?
Fucking.
We're
You have
pretending,
viewed
as if we're pretending we're so popular we have sponsors. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
fun though.
So
You-
this is the Seinfeld podcast. It's a podcast about nothing.
Fucking. You have viewed our
Yeah.
show. We are eternally grateful.
We've
You viewed our show. We are eternally grateful.
The fucking aliens from.
Criz doesn't even introduce his guests on the podcast. He's like, hey, this is the Crizzle podcast. I'm Crizzle. And then,
Oh my God, I was thinking about that and because we just took off talking, oh, I guess I'm not introducing everybody. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't typing in chat to hey, maybe you guys should introduce who's here.
nah, fuck that.
I will say, I do have a topic I want to do next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Save it for next week.
Are we hitting? I was gonna say, are we hitting the end and we can be like,
No, we've
next
only been
week's,
on for an hour and a
episode?
half. We still got like a half
The thing
an
is,
hour.
it's a topic though. It would be a longer thing than what we have right now.
I've been
Or at least
talking
I'd
for
hope
nearly
so.
2 hours.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like-
have to be 2 hours for this.
No, but how long has it been? Criz said it's been like 2 hours.
No, an hour
like
and
an
a
hour
half.
and 36.
Oh, it's been an hour and a half. I mean, yeah, I didn't.
Technically an hour 15 because we did wait 15 minutes in the starting screen.
Right. It's still hard to believe that we've been talking for that long. Like, it didn't even dawn on me that
It's so easy to do, though.
I know.
Well, the difference is, and I said this to Baha, I'm like, it's
Well-
different, because we're actually just straight up talking, not playing games and having the conversation too. So it's all just flowing without us splitting off onto like the other thing we're focusing on at the same
yeah.
time.
All right, I'm down
the
in.
last hour
God
and a half
damn it,
just
Baja,
flown
where
by.
are you? God damn it!
I mean, I'm playing Rust, but I'm, just relaxing on the PvE server. So,
Yeah, I've been playing Fire Emblem Engage this whole time.
I haven't been playing anything.
He's been focused on the podcast like a good host.
He's been playing himself.
That's
Congratulations.
You played yourself.
Played yourself. But oh my god.
Oh man. It's crazy to think that this all started because of Among Us server.
yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. It really is like one of those serendipitous things that you never would have expected to have happen. Like real friendships forming over what is essentially just one of the most ridiculous fucking games,
Yeah.
It really is. Like, if anything, it is not a game that you should be able to make friends through. It should be a game where
You make enemies.
you make enemies. Like, it's so if you have friends and you play the Resistance, it's a good test of friendship because it could ruin friendships because you're lying to each other and all that, and you get heated in the arguments and everything. Even when it's just in jest and fun, which can, I guess in some ways kind of filter through.
Too far.
Yeah, but who goes too far? But also, I think it kind of filters out, like, okay, this is the tolerance level that certain people have, or also some people are just assholes anyway. But I think that it made us closer because the people who couldn't handle that is bullshit. No, screw you. That was absolutely you. You did it, Nibs. I saw you. People who can't handle that level of like discourse just didn't remain with the group or like had to be kicked out because they started to take things way too personally. So like we developed real friendships through a game that is designed to make people argue and battle each other.
We became
We
friends
did it
through
backwards.
deceit.
Yeah, deceit and lies. I mean, it's super unique and super special. Like, it's
Well, I mean, also like we had like the pandemic.
right.
and
Yeah. It was happening. Yeah, it was.
It was honestly
happening.
the perfect remedy of the perfect storm.
Yeah.
Because like when I wasn't working when we first started the server, so like I was still on every night, but I feel like I was on a lot more time too. Like even during the day, I was still like doing stuff in the.
Yeah.
Back when I first joined, it was a lot of you and Eli talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that laugh?
Zesty occasionally.
I just love that. Yeah. Just out of nowhere. So good.
I just remember the old days where we used to have like full-on conversations in the server like all day, every day, and then at night we'd all get on voice chat and do the same thing.
Yeah.
It was scary the first time I hopped in the voice chat. I think it was with Criz, with Eli, and I forget who else, but I had sat in there. Eventually, I was like, I had messaged Eli. I was like, so who's in charge of the server? Because I wanted to like add the couple channels and everything at the time. Because they were a mod or whatever Johanna had made them. And they, told me Johanna. I went and messaged Johanna. I'm like, hey, can I have powers to make stuff for the server?
Really? That's all you had to do?
Let me hold on. Let me go back and find my messages with Johan because I know there's not a lot between us.
This
a
Discord
lot, right?
server was born from a Game Grumps singles Facebook page.
Yeah.
A Game Grumps singles Facebook page that people suggested, why don't we play Among Us?
Yes.
Are you sure? I thought it was just a Game Grumps Lovelies page.
Nope. I clearly remember it being the single page. Because I had put in there, I'd put a message like, we should make a Discord for like Among Us to get people together, because that was the whole point of like the singles page was to get people together. Like, we should do something like this where it gets people together. And then Eli messaged Johan, and Johan's like, yeah, I could do that, and he created it. That's exactly how it happened.
My first message to Johan, November 3rd of 2020. Hey, so it looks like I can only add edit channels with an admin role. Can't do it at the current. So I must have asked him in a voice chat or something, because that's my very first message to Johan. And that was probably a couple weeks after joining the server, because that was the day after my birthday.
God, that's so funny.
Oh
Hey,
my
can I have
god.
powers to change your entire server on a whim? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sure, why not?
there was a lot of trusting each other at the beginning.
Now we've played so much Among Us. I don't trust any of you.
I don't trust any of you. I
Especially
trust you as far as
Crizzle.
I can throw you.
Especially this cup of coffee sitting in the middle of my screen.
First
If
of all, how
if there's
fucking
more
dare
than
you?
3 people dead by the time the first body's called, it's immediately me.
If I'm not dead by round 2, it's me.
It's funny that I have done that. I have been like so quick on kills, and it's usually not how I get pinned. Which I would figure people would be like, "Oh, it's Karen Finn because the people are dying fast." But usually they try to put it on you.
Yeah, because normally I try to kill everybody with the speed of Kenyan cheetahs.
and then when Criz sounds the absolute worst at his lying, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that sounds right." But Criz is like telling the worst fucking story I've ever heard, as I'm dead.
Meanwhile, I'm actually telling the truth.
Well, no, like when we played the few weeks ago, and you were just coming up with stuff out your ass, and just like this horrible fucking lie, and no one's like, "That sounds suspicious," and I'm just sitting there like, these dumbasses.
Be right back.
Criz, was the Kenyan cheetahs thing, is that a reference to power thirst?
No, that's a saying that
Ah.
I've been saying for years.
Okay,
Like
because
me and
there's
my
like
dad would say stuff like that.
there's a really funny video on YouTube, and it's called Power Thirst. And it's just like a commercial for like the most out of like it's just like Power Thirst. It's full of man energy. It's made with lightning, real lightning. There's like a one section. It's just like, you'll be able to run as fast as Kenyans. That way, when you go run against Kenyans, you'll be mistaken as a Kenyan and get sent back to Kenya.
What?
Yes, this is a real fucking thing. It's called Power Thirst. Look it up. It's on YouTube. My fucking lead at work showed it to me. It's so goddamn funny. Oh my god, it's so good. It's made with lightning. Real lightning.
I remember I said that on a whim one day to my dad, because like whenever I get pissed off, like really pissed off, I just say like the first stuff that comes to mind, and typically it's hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, where do you think Harshmallows came from?
Yeah, exactly. And so like I said it, and like my dad's like, "That's actually really funny. You should keep that one."
You should keep that one, my boy. The comedy is gold.
Oh my god, I remember that day. Dusty
Do you
posted a
remember
picture.
that?
Dusty posted a picture in the Among Us general part where it was Nibs' birthday, and like we had actually like made all of our names spell out "Happy Birthday, Nibs."
Do you guys remember how much of a hassle it was
Yes.
to get it all?
Yeah.
So I saw Happy in the fucking electrical. Well, I saw birthday over by electrical. No, you
I saw
didn't.
Ha, I saw PP, I saw Y, I saw Burr.
Oh, that's what they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
God, that is something you guys would do. I love it.
That was like right after we met.
I believe that's Gingy hiding over behind the box.
Yeah, it
saying
seems like
why.
something Gingy would do.
At the time, that would have been us three. I think Nori.
Caden, Marv.
Yep. Malk. No, was
I don't think Malk was on. I think Malk was with.
I remember if I was.
I don't think you were.
But I don't think because Kraken would always. I don't think that was Kraken either.
No, I think. No,
what
I don't
day
think
was?
so.
What day was? Wait, what day exactly was it?
This would have been November 2nd of 2020. Yeah, you weren't in the.
He was in the
server yet.
group. Yeah. Malcolm may have been, but he was he might have been new to the group at that point. Because Malk joined after me, if I remember correctly.
Crowley was purple.
Yeah.
Purple in that picture.
It's so hard to tell because it also looks like, even though obviously it's the same fucking looking Among Us, it also at the same time feels like completely different. Looking at the picture.
Where I went to find those, it's possible Neko. I don't know if you guys remember Just Mike. He
Oh
might
yeah,
have been there.
I don't.
A couple of the
remember
cryptic
playing as
guys.
much.
Bean might have been in there.
Oh yeah, B. Oh
No,
Lux.
but they weren't as active with us. So I know it wasn't. I know it wasn't any of the cryptic guys. It wasn't Lux.
Yeah, well, where I got those screenshots from back in the server, like Bean was
yeah.
posting on your birthday, and I see Cam was orange and had a party hat on.
Back when I was happy to just be PP.
Oh, I
That's what
remember when I
Cam
was
said.
happy to be PP. Those were good times.
I love that next picture is me dead first.
with Burr fighting the body.
Fucking biblically aberrant Nibs. So
my
good.
goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious, gravy.
A whole frickin' channel started because I refused to let go of Cyan and the flamingo hat.
Now I want to say real quick, speaking of birthdays, today, now having crossed midnight, it is Gingy's birthday.
Hey, I don't know if he's. I don't think
he is not on. I know Liz had messaged me and said he was asleep at his desk because he's only gotten. I was like, he'd only gotten 2 calls since 9:30.
Give that out. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Gingy, if you're listening, happy birthday, you motherfucker.
Happy birthday to you. All right.
Do it.
I don't know why that.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh man.
What is gone WW?
What?
The
I don't
shout out
remember
clip.
that. I don't remember you
It's
being
just
able to.
Carrot carrying Gingy's body or something
And
and eating
Bigfoot.
his ass.
Like,
No, that wasn't Bigfoot. Was it?
yeah, it was Bigfoot. I don't know. Somebody was talking about WWE. It sounded like me.
Was that when the tree fell on him?
No, that's one of my clips. Oh my god, that was so great. I remember Mac being like, "Hey buddy, you dead?" "Yes, I'm dying."
Deli. Ellie's like, once the body stops seizing, he's dead. Carrot's like, Jesus, Ellie.
God, Ellie was so fucking funny.
I'll be right back.
That's one of the ones you can find on TikTok as well.
I'd
Go
be
to my
sad if I
TikTok
couldn't.
at Crizzle Croc Gaming. You can find that exact clip. Remember, I was carrying Malk's body everywhere too. Like, I gotta put Malk down. He's like, no.
Carrot's like, yes, let's go.
Yeah, the Bigfoot night, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was insanity.
Remember Nibs like cracking up when the tree fell?
Oh my god, fucking timing on that too.
That clip is probably one of my favorites.
So angry. So angry.
So much anger.
You're like, just kill me, and I'm like trying to stab you with the knife. Like, I'm trying.
End it, please, for the love of God, end my fucking life.
And I pull out the gun. Can't damage each other. Damn it. Oof. Freaking. Oh my god, what are other hilarious moments we had? Like,
Oh, I mean, it's hard when there's so many. It's actually hard to think of them. You know?
Yeah. It's like, oh man, how do I pick? The comedy just keeps pouring out of us.
oh my god, there's so many times where I've either said something stupid or my words have been turned against me.
Yeah, that's really not difficult to do.
And then, oh, Chris, you're gaslighting us. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Motherfucker, I was muted, and my literal response to you saying, like, words turned against you, I said, he's really trying to gaslight us into thinking that's true. Literally, that's what I said, forgetting I was still muted. And then he followed it up with, he's gaslighting us. I was like, son of a bitch.
He called me. He called me out.
Cut me deep, Shrek. Cut me real deep.
I remember, I don't know if I did this with you guys, but like, I remember for a while, I started doing the thing of is it Skeld? Is that like the first map of Among
Yeah,
Us?
that's
Scout.
the small map.
I would, for a while, whenever I wasn't the imposter, I would just stand in front of where the med bay was and just hang out. Like I would stop moving. And people would like immediately like hit the meeting button and be like, Joe, what's wrong? I was like, oh nothing, I'm just listening to the walls. They're like, what? Yeah, I'm just listening to the walls. And people would be like, what is wrong with you? I was waiting to see if someone would leave medbay. If they were facing left, they just did the task. If they were facing right, they just vented. That was one of my favorite things to do. I got 2 people with it. I was just like, it's them.
It did the thing.
This motherfucker right here.
Yeah, if you ever see me just hang out in front of medbay, that's why.
Now, my thing is I always try to just get the task done as quick. I would look at like my task and like, okay, get this efficiently done. I take this route, do this one, this one, and then I would just stick fucking to it. Which was dangerous because like I would always end up being alone and then like Oh, then you're dead.
And then you die. And it's gone. It's all gone.
And he's dead. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. They're going ham.
Love that video.
That's so good.
I love Damn Drops. I used to watch his food time.
Damn.
I love how Gingy answers all the happy birthday wishes that we gave
I'm
him
not even
by
here.
saying, I'm not even here. Not even thank you. I'm not even here.
Fuck you guys. I'm not even here. Who the fuck told you to wish me a happy birthday? Fuck you.
Wait. I love how Zesty's in here with us, right?
Yeah.
Could easily say y'all hear something, but chooses to type it out in the Twitch chat instead.
Well, I have
That's
to
a
interrupt.
level.
I have to interrupt you guys to do
Then
that.
do it.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
I don't want
okay.
to. It makes me uncomfy.
So what are
Listen,
you
your
hearing?
comfort was never
Was
no
never
one
protected.
cared. No one cared about my comfort before I put on the mask.
Oh my god, another fucking day of doing Bane impressions. Cared who I was until I put on the mask.
I almost put my fingers on my glasses because I'm an idiot. I went to put on the mask.
Criz.
What's up?
I'm actually built stupid.
We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Now, what are you gonna do?
I know. No.
What are you gonna fucking do about it?
Stuff. I don't know
And
what's
things?
Probably could end it here, to be honest.
2 hours later.
2
PDH.
hours later.
Phasmo after the podcast. Oh god. I don't think anybody here other than Nibs has Phasmo. That's here.
And you know what she's gonna say to that?
I have
She's gonna say
Phasmo.
play anyway.
Yo, has Bigfoot been updated since you guys last played?
You know, that's a good question.
Oh, let me see.
I wonder if there's anything
I don't
new.
think it has.
Oh.
But I can.
I don't have an
double-check 'cause
update
it's
for
right
Bigfoot.
here. Last played January of last year.
Whoa.
Has it been that long?
Since I last played, at least.
Last time I played.
I don't know
Hold
what
up.
it is, but I love watching you guys play that game.
February of 2022 was the last time I played. So it's been almost a year. They had a Bigfoot plushie that they sold. That was the last update from them on November 24th, 2022.
Hmm.
They
I was
had a
hoping they'd add like a
Halloween.
new map or something.
Oh no! Last August they put out the Yellowstone Park map.
Oh shit. Wanna try it?
New
Okay.
animal and other stuff.
And other stuff, you said?
That's what it says. So it says August 2nd, 2022, major update, update 4.4, new map, AI, day night duration, new animal, and other stuff.
I mean, wanna try it?
What are the main changes in the new update? Adding a Yellowstone map, changing Bigfoot's attack logic, and making some AI improvements. The game metric system has also been added. It will help us better balance the game in the future. Check the performance mechanics. Oh, they added bison.
Hey.
Bison.
That's the plural of mice.
More detailed list of changes. Yellowstone Park
Ice.
map, displaying skins on weapons behind the back. After loading a save, lobby now displays the save difficulty of the game. Bigfoot item throw cooldown 5 seconds, power cost 5. Added 50% destruction after item throw. Because remember, if we have 5 people, one can be Bigfoot. Weapon spawn randomization system for Remington. Window break jump now deals 10 damage. Now, when carrying a wounded friend, your character can run.
Nice.
Signal Flyer no longer scares away Bigfoot, but slows it down. Also,
that.
Bigfoot can now use hits while blinded if you get too close to him.
Don't like that either. It's harder. It's already hard.
Wait, what do you mean? What? Say that again?
So the signal flares no longer blind Bigfoot. It only slows him down. And when blinded and flailing his arms around, if you're close enough, he'll hit you.
Hmm.
They lowered his health.
Thank God, that was the big thing that
Bigfoot
needed to
health
happen.
from 950 down to 8 from like easiest to hardest. 950 down to 800, 1140 to 970, 1330 to 1130, and 1520 to 1290.
That's still too fucking high. All right.
That's too goddamn high.
All right, so I think with that, we're going to go ahead and end the podcast. I've booted up.
I unfortunately can't tonight
Oh,
because
you
I
can't?
have to wake up at 6.
I gotta
And I'm
wake up
closing
and
Bigfoot.
fucking-
I've got things to do,
But
so I am
if we
not.
want to do that tomorrow night for streams,
Man, I gotta fucking tell my job I can't come in tomorrow. I mean, like, I'm teleworking anyways, but like, I have a fucking note from the doctors. It's just like, you have turbo COVID. Do not go into work. I'm like, but I feel fine. They're like, yeah, too bad.
you can. So they have under DLC, they have skins for Bigfoot. There's a druid skin and a monkey king skin.
Yo, fucking Sun Wukong?
Oh.
Bro, I'm about to get that Sun Wudong. You feeling me?
All right, so I think we are going to go ahead and call it a night for both the podcast and the stream.
Good night, everybody.
No,
Make sure you drink something. Make sure you eat something. But most of all, make sure you love something. And that something should be you.
Always.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hydrator time. Hey, I have been drinking water this whole time.
That's something I'm gonna move up to general.
Wait, what?
What?
If the podcast is ending, I don't know if anyone's hanging in voice chat still.
Oh,
Baha
okay.
wants to say hi to everyone, so I was gonna move up to general.
All right, yeah, let's gonna end the podcast here. Good night.
But I'm
Good
watching
night.
stream
No.
his stream.
I'm still streaming.
Your stream.
Well, that does it for the second episode of the Crizzle Cast. You can check us out every Sunday at 10 p.m. on twitch.tv. Crizzle Crawl Gaming. I said that wrong, but you know, we're just here to do what we do. I have the upload sometime later that week. And have a wonderful day.